The Attar of Rose. An emotional yet funny tale of scent, secrets, and second chances. The small town of Gulbahar was famous for two things: its endless gardens of roses and the one man who captured their scent like magic. Haji Rahmat, the Attar maker. His tiny shop, Attar-e-Rahmat, smelled like paradise. Soft roses, sandalwood, and something that always made hearts ache and smile at once. Every morning, the air around his shop shimmered with fragrance. People said, "Bas Haji Sahab ke dukaan ke paas se guzro aur duniya ka ghamdor." But Haji Rahmat was not just a perfume maker. He was a storyteller, a poet, and a man hiding a broken heart. One rainy afternoon, as thunder rolled over Gulbahar, a girl entered his shop, drenched, messy, and holding a crumpled rose. "Uncle, please, can you fix this?" she said, pointing to the wilted flower. Haji chuckled. "बेटी, ये कोई मोबाइल नहीं है कि रिपेयर हो जाए. फूल मुरझा जाए तो दुआ करते हैं कि खुशबू बकी रहे." She laughed. "Then make me that dua, but in a bottle." Haji stared at her for a long second. Something in her eyes, innocence mixed with boldness, reminded him of someone. He didn't know who. Not yet. "What's your name, Betty?" "Noor. Noor Fatima." He said, gently taking the flower. "Fir dekho, Noor ke liye Noor ka itar banta hai." She giggled. "Uncle, you're poetic, huh?" He smiled faintly. "Bas thoda purana ho gaya hoon, lekin khushboo abhi zinda hai." That night, Haji worked late. He ground petals, mixed oils, and whispered old verses under his breath. The shop glowed with lamplight and rose essence. As he worked, he remembered Sajida, the girl he once loved 40 years ago. She used to call him Rahmat Mian Gulab Singh and laugh until her eyes watered. But fate had other plans. Sajida had moved away to another city, married someone else, and Rahmat had poured all his love into his perfumes. He took a deep breath, whispering to himself, "Har khushboo ek yaad ban jati hai, aur har yaad ek choti si chubhaan." Next morning, Noor barged into the shop again, this time dragging a boy. "Uncle, this is my cousin Bilal. He doesn't believe in your magic perfume." Bilal smirked. "Magic? Arey bhai, Attar mein kya magic hota hai? It's just smell." Haji raised an eyebrow. "Beta, smell wo hoti hai jo naak tak jaye. Khushboo wo hoti hai jo dil tak utar jaye." Noor clapped her hands. "Wah wah, uncle, you should open a TikTok account." Haji rolled his eyes. "मुझे तो TikTok का इतार बनाना चाहिए, लोगों को सुधरने के लिए." Bilal laughed. "Uncle, अगर बना दिया ना तो viral हो जाओगे." The shop filled with laughter and rose scent. But when Noor picked up a small glass bottle, the Attar of Rose Haji had made the night before, something strange happened. She opened it, and a tear slipped down her cheek. "It smells familiar," she whispered. "Like my daddy's dupatta." Haji froze. "Your daddy?" "Yes," Noor said softly. "She passed away a few years ago. Her name was Sajida." Haji's hands trembled. "Sajida? Fatima?" Noor blinked. "How do you know her full name?" The room fell silent, except for the soft drip of rain outside. Haji took a deep breath. She was my old friend," he said carefully. "We grew up together. I used to make perfumes for her." Noor's eyes widened. "Wait, you're that Rahmat uncle she talked about? The one who made Gule Sajida perfume?" Bilal looked between them. "Abe, ye to filmi ho gaya." Haji chuckled sadly. "Zindagi hi to film hai, beta. Bas hum sab supporting actors hain." Noor laughed through tears. "My daddy said you once promised to make a perfume that never fades." "I did," he said quietly, "but I couldn't finish it." She held up the little bottle. "Maybe now you can." For days, the shop buzzed with life. Noor would come daily, laughing, teasing, sometimes breaking bottles. Bilal called her Tornado of Roses. She'd sit near the shelves, writing silly poems like, "Roses are red, Noor's nose is pink. Haji's perfume is awesome, but Bilal's socks stink. Bilal groaned. Oof, Noor, tu pagal hai. She'd grin. Pagal nahi, poetic hoon. Even Haji started laughing again, something he hadn't done in years. At night, he worked on the new perfume, a scent that captured love, loss, and laughter. He called it Attar-e-Sajida. One evening, Noor and Bilal came with a stray cat. Uncle, meet Badshah, Noor said proudly. The cat immediately jumped on the perfume table, knocking bottles everywhere. Bilal screamed, Noor, your Badshah just bathed in Attar. The cat sneezed. Achoo, achoo. Noor laughed so hard she fell off the stool. Ab ye duniya ka sabse khushbudar Badshah hai. Haji tried to act angry but couldn't stop smiling. Arey pagli larki, tumne to mere itar ko attare bili bana diya. That night, they all laughed until tears came. But deep down, Haji felt something stirring, the scent of youth, the fragrance of old love blooming again through laughter. A few weeks later, Noor brought an old trunk from her home. Uncle, Dottie left this for you. She said to give it when I find the man who smells like roses. Haji's eyes filled. His hands shook as he opened it. Inside, there was a small silk handkerchief, stained faintly with rose oil, and a letter. Rahmat, if life ever gives you a second chance to finish the perfume of love, do it. Not for me, but for every heart that still believes in kindness. Sajida. Tears rolled down Haji's cheeks. Noor hugged him gently. Uncle, I think you just did. The next week, Gulbahar held its annual Rose Festival. Haji set up a small stall with a simple wooden sign. Attar-e-Sajida, the scent of a promise. Noor and Bilal helped decorate it. Noor wore a rose crown and shouted, Fresh fragrance, emotional Wali perfume, free with a smile. People laughed and gathered around. Soon the crowd grew. Even the mayor came, saying, Rahmat Bhai, this Attar feels like memory itself. Haji smiled. Sir, ye serve perfume nahi, dua hai. After the festival, Noor announced she was leaving for college abroad. Haji felt his heart twist. The shop would be quiet again. He packed a small box for her, a tiny bottle of Attar-e-Sajida. No, he said softly. Whenever life feels tough, just smell this. It'll remind you that love never fades, bas thoda waqt chahiye. Noor's eyes shimmered. Uncle, don't get emotional. I'll be back soon. Aur fir hum Badshah ke liye bhi perfume banayenge, Bilal added. Attar-e-Badshah Cat Edition. They all laughed through tears. Years later. 5 years passed. The shop was quieter but filled with letters from Noor. One morning, a newspaper headline read, Young scientist from Gulbahar wins international award, dedicates project to Attar maker. Haji blinked. In the photo, Noor smiling, holding a bottle labeled Fragrance of Hope. The caption read, Inspired by her mentor, Haji Ramat, Noor Fatima created a scent that helps calm anxiety and reminds people of home. Haji's lips trembled into a smile. Wo pagal larki sach mein magic kar gayi. Just then, a soft breeze carried the scent of roses through the window. He looked up at the sky and whispered, Thank you, Sajida. Tumhari khushbu ab duniya mein phail gayi. Epilogue. The laughing perfume won. Last customer entered. Bilal, now grown and serious looking. He grinned. Uncle, guess what? Noor's coming home, and she said she has a surprise. Haji chuckled. Surprise? Mujhe to lagta hai, Badshah ka naya version aane wala hai. At that exact moment, the door opened. Noor walked in, holding a small baby wrapped in pink. Uncle, meet Sajida Noor, the youngest rose of Gulbahar. Haji's eyes filled again. He touched the baby's forehead gently. May her life always smell like kindness. The shop glowed softly. The air was filled with laughter, tears, and the unforgettable attar of rose. Moral: fragrance fades, but love stays forever. Sometimes even a small bottle of Attar can hold a lifetime of memories, laughter, and second chances.